We got the Pirates and Knights here tonight, 7:30, Bucks Arena. The scoreboard does not appear to be functioning at all, so we will try to keep score on the app here, keep you up to date. Not going to try and run the clock because without a clock above, won't even be able to see what time it's supposed to be. So we'll update the periods and the score, and if everybody's ready to rock, we'll play some hockey. Tonight, the Knights are in red and to our right, and the Pirates are in black and gold to our left. These two teams played about a week and a half ago, and it was a 1-1 tie. Looks like Michael Thompson is in attendance but not suited up. I believe he had possibly a concussion in a previous match, so hopefully he gets right quick. I do have my glasses on, but having a hard time making out the names on most of the jerseys. So probably refer to most players by their numbers unless I already have them memorized. Players are making their ways back to the bench. That means we're probably very close to puck drop. right, just got an update. We're going to do 3 20-minute halves, run clock, because the scoreboard is broken. And they don't have any way to stop and start the clock. With that information, I could set the timer, I think. Let's see, clock. And 20. All right, well, with a run clock, that should get us pretty close. Kramer, Rutledge, maybe McKeever out there on the front line for the Pirates. Looks like Doherty, McKibben, and I did not get the jersey number for the Knights. Here we go. All right, looks like the Knights clear the blue line into the neutral zone. Taken back by the Pirates. Picked off, heading the other way. Stick lift, punches the puck off the wall. Rebound, off the back post. Backhanded in, kicked back into the neutral zone and out into the attacking zone for the Pirates. Puck near side. Race to the blue line. Looks like a breakaway. Dumps the puck. Slides into the corner. Here comes Wilson. Keeps it in line. Pirates carry to the middle. Picked off by 31. Looks like Alcorn and Wilson on the back line for the Knights. Alcorn with a clapper. Wide right over the glove of the Tendy. Stolen by the Knights temporarily behind the box. Played her on the boards. Coming back to the Knights end here. Collected by Wilson. Pierce change. Pierce is on. Peterson for the Knights. And Green. Thrown down into the corner. Backhanded in by Alcorn. Clears to Wilson. Cross ice to 11. Wilson's there to back him up. Into the neutral zone for the Knights. Off the skate of Alcorn. Wilson. 11. Peterson chases. Here's Dillon. He takes it across the blue line. Dangles. Pulls it back. Poke check there by the defenseman. Turns it around. Dillon recollects, goes to the corner. Jammed up there. Collected by the Knights. Pushing up the middle. Popped away by the Pirates. Wilson off the stick of the Pirates. Thrown on net into the blocker. Popped up and covered up. Just over 17 minutes remaining in the first period. 20-minute run clock today because the scoreboard is broken. 0-0 tie. There's the drop. Out to number 26 for the Pirates. Picked up by Johns. Played off the wall. Skates ahead. Passes ahead. Collected by 31. Throws on net. Rebounded by Johns. Near side puck on the wall. Pushed out into the neutral zone. Collected by 77. He throws it back on net. Off the stick of the tender. Johns forechecks, trying to get that thing knocked away. Stick on the ground. Battling for the puck. Surveying. Drops it back. Clapper, 22 off the skate to Johns. Here goes 24. In for the Knights. 26 slides it off the wall. Backhands it to the middle of the ice. Looks like Gallagher's there to punch it back in. Johns. Near side. Up the line to McKibben. McKibben centers. 24. McKibben collects. Skates it back. Good forecheck by 7 here for the Pirates. Puck near side. Crossing over the middle. A little dangle. A little deke. 11 working it up the right-hand side. That looks like Kramer. He's met by a defender. Turns around. Throws it off the shin guard of the Knights. Pirates building up an attack here. Checked off the puck. Hinman has a shot. Out to the edge. He surveys. Looking for somebody in the middle. Not there. Played up the board. Knights on the attack. Center. Nobody home. Goes to the near wall. Collected by 10 for the Pirates. He works across the blue line. Nice dangles. He's stick handling. 2 attackers come on. 8 comes in for the rebound. Shoots and scores. Nifty little backhander there. I think that may have been Dylan. We'll check and see as he makes his way over. It was indeed Dylan. That gives the Pirates a 1-0 advantage with 14:28 remaining in the first period. Here's a drop. Here's Alcorn. Alcorn up to Pierce. Pierce works around a circle here. Throws it off the knee of the Pirates defender. Off the skate of Dylan. Dylan tries to collect again. Near side, off the wall. Looks like Pierce is battling for it near side. Chucked down the wall. Into the corner by the Pirates. Looks like we have an icing call. Onto the ice is Gallagher and Martin on the back line. Pirates collect the face-off. Punch down behind the net. Collected by 26. Throws it off the wall. Clapped back in. Near side. Drops it along the wall again. That one comes across the middle. Collected by 38. Shoots it up over off a deflection into the net. Looks like we have Pierce on the face-off, again with Gallagher and Martin on the back line. Puck is dropped. That one kicks out over the blue line to Martin. Martin reaches, loses control of the puck. Pirates center, nobody home. Puck near side. Punched around the far side. Looks like 7 for the Pirates. Drops it back to the blue line. He's going to have a shot. Throws it wide right over the keeper's shoulder. 22, Gallagher, I believe, cycles it around the boards. Here it is to the middle. We got a numbers advantage here for the Knights. 2 or 3 on 1. Cuts it back. The diver defender hits the ground. Kills the puck. Regains control behind the goal. Cuts it back. He's working through the middle. He dumps it off. 26, surveys, fires across the ice into the attacking zone. 22 is there. Backhands it to the wall to 11. Pierce driving up the ice. He's got Johns in the middle. Puck is picked off. Line change for the Knights. Dangles, shoots. Off the stick of the defender, 22. Knights trying to clear it. Puck ahead to Johns. Johns met in the middle by number 11. Here comes the puck with speed. Cuts it back. Deflected by McKibben. Outside the blue line. Back in for the Pirates. Alcorn approaches. Misses. Wilson is in. Dillon collects the puck. Alcorn's on the ice in front. Dillon takes a spill. Alcorn hits the boards. Here's a clapper from the point. Rebounded. Good effort there by Christensen, it looks like, number 3. Wilson clears it for the Knights and have an icing. (1-0) Pirates advantage. 10 minutes left in the first period. Run clock, because the scoreboard here at Bucks Arena is not functioning. Drop goes to the Pirates. Wrists are off the board. Dillon's there for the rebound. Turns, faces, dangles, looks, cuts it back. Picked up by the Knights. Plays it ahead. Collected, turnover, shot wide right. I believe that's Doherty, 22. Centers it. Check down in the back. Shoots it from the ground. Here comes the puck behind the net. Near side boards. Collected by the Knights. Thrown back in by Alcorn. Doherty's on the wall. He gets a good check. Here come the Pirates. Again with speed. Right down the crease. Plays it up around the defender. Collects it on the wall. Slapped into the middle. Deflected by Christensen. Into the corner. Doherty collects, centers, wide. That might be Kramer, 14, for the Pirates, chasing the puck. Over there with Alcorn, trying to knock it out for the Knights. Knights collect, chuck it ahead. Don't know if it has the speed to cross. No ice. Shot off the knee pad of the Pirates defender. Centers. In through the neutral zone. Slapper, the blue line, wide right. Collected by 14 for the Pirates. He loops around. Defender loses a 6. Tries the wrap around. Denied. Another center to Dillon. Harold's there. Collect that one. Wilson. Batted out of the air. Tempted by Doherty. 12 for the Pirates. Tries the center. Thrown back. Here comes Wilson. Wilson plays it up the side. No ice is called. Behind the goal. Takes it along the far board. Carries across the blue line into the neutral zone. Onto the stick of Wilson. He knocks it back in. That one's going to get the ice. Looks like Martin, Peterson, Gallagher, possibly Doherty on the ice here for the Knights. Can't see the center. That might be Pierce. Puck comes wide around the goal. Collected, pushed up the side. Martin's there, deflected across the middle. Chucks it up, good scoring opportunity for the Pirates. Near side, on the boards. Gonna go behind the goal to Martin. Martin throws it up to 11. Good forecheck here by the Knights. Good pressure being applied. Opportunity for a turnover. Slides it through the middle. Red's got to get back on side. No offside is called. Taken to the corner. Here comes the puck near side. Coach calling for a penalty. He's not going to get it. Pirates cut back. Knights skate to the puck. Collision here near side. That one puts Pierce on the ground. Pierce collects, chucks it into the zone. Collected by 38, good forecheck, tries the center. Deflected behind the goal. There's 51, he dumped it in the middle, gets looking for a deflection. No dice, collected by the Pirates. Collected by 22 for the Knights. By Peterson, he sets it across to 11. I think that's Green. He's going to have one. Shoots it wide right. 11 for the Pirates. Takes it behind the net. Brings it up with speed. Through the middle. He's still on the puck. He's going to have one. Throws it wide left. Past the knee pad of the defender. Goalie. Here come the Knights. 24's on the wall with the puck. He works to the middle. Puck comes near side. Onto the blade of Alcorn. He chucks it up. Past Johns. 24 collects, dumps it off. Here we got a scoring opportunity for the Knights. 9 drives. Deeks looking to the middle. Fires one into the goal. I think that one was number 9 there. Brady Johns with the goal. That makes it a 1-1 score. .506 remaining first period. Johns gets a drop, cuts it through the middle, picked up by 31. Looking for another quick score into the net. Good pressure by the Knights off the puck drop. .31 center. He drops puck, knocks it behind the goal. Brady's pressuring Johns. Puck near side, jabbed in by Pierce, I believe. Johns gets chased, 24 on the far side. 14 brings it up. Pirates settle it. Good forecheck by the Knights. 31 centers again. Off the pad of the goalie. Great save. Collected by Dylan, number 8 for the Pirates. Johns and number 24 are there for the Pirates, or Knights, trying to keep it back in. Back to Harold. Near side, Alcorn squares him up. Puck squirts through, covered up by the goalie. Sorry about the camera work there. Trying to read some names. Not doing a great job of it. Let's see, it looks like, does that say Scott? Gallagher? And let's see, for the Pirates, if I can read any of these bad boys. I can't hardly read anything. Dorsky? I don't know. Maybe Dursky, sorry. Sorry, fans. 26 for the Pirates. All right. Knight's going to collect, carry across the blue line. They're looking ahead. Collected by 51. I think that's Gallagher. Not certain. Haven't got my numbers down for the Knights yet. Nope, Gallagher's 22. My bad. Puck to the middle, picked up. Gonna have a shot. He's sizing it up, throws it on net. Glove side, save by the tender. Nice work there. We got a 1-1 game with 3 minutes left in the first period. Pretty evenly matched. Throws on net, off the blocker. Rebound. Just wide left by Pierce. Puck dropped in here to Gallagher. Gallagher surveys. He sends it across, deflected out by the Pirates. I believe that's Martin skating back to collect the puck. He's got it along the far wall, pressured by the Pirates. He's going to skate it across, moves to the middle. He's carrying it across. He might go the whole way, coast to coast. Angles, shoots off the post. Good run there by Martin. Pirates collect, survey the ice. Looking for the opening, decides I'm going to take it myself, works to the middle. Drops a puck near the side, carries it up the boards. Stolen by 72. Near side again. Looks like Gallagher. I think that's Martin on the far side. Martin throws it ahead. Pierce is in the area. Chases down the puck from behind. Martin up the wall to number 13. He takes a spill. No tripping called. Puck sent near ice. Collected by the Pirates. During a shift change, Dylan pops out. He's going to chase down Doherty. Doherty has the puck. Backhand drops it off. Pierce is in the zone. He's looking for the puck. He centers. Deflected away by 24 for the Pirates as Doherty gives chase. Across the blue line. Nifty move. Taken off the puck there by the Knights defender. Still in the zone. Dylan has it. He's dangling. He flips towards the goalie. Blocked. Puck's played through the middle, cleared. Deflected there by the Pirates. Peterson slides it back to the defender. He's going to square. That's Martin. Martin carries up the ice. He's center to Peter. Past McKibben. Gallagher takes it up the left side, dumps it in. Got some action on the far wall. Comes near side. Collected by Gallagher. He punches it into the zone. He's going to skate it behind. Throws it off the back skate of the keeper. Collected. Thrown to the middle. Nobody there. Hits the keeper skate again. Punch back into the corner once. How about a third time? Nope. Pirates say no soup for you. They turn it back around. Pass the blade to Dillon. Dillon is racing towards the zone. Taken away by Wilson for the Knights. Knights into the corner. Harold with speed up along the boards. Looking, surveying, throws it to the middle off the chest protector of Wilson. Knights taking a second here. Toss it near side. Peterson pressures. Collected there. Hit on the wall. Alcorn chases. That's the first period. We've got a 1-1 tie between the Knights in the red to our right and the Pirates in the black to our left. We are running a 20-minute continuous clock tonight. The scoreboard at Buccaneers Arena has seen better days. So at least we don't have to start and stop the clock so frequently. I'm going to go set the period in the clock here on the match. Bingo. Got some fans over there. What are they yelling about? They all probably want to be our fan of the game for tonight. Let's see if we see anybody over there that looks worthy of being fan of the game. Oh, these guys are some screenagers just checking out their phones. Okay, what do we got over here? Oh, there's Dillon family having a good old time. I believe their son scored the first goal of the game tonight. This is not going up to a Jumbotron here. There's the Nemers family. The Christensen. Cody is over there. Sometimes does some play-by-play. Not sure where he's at, why he's not over here tonight helping out, but maybe taking the night off. Needs a break, had a long week. Ready for the weekend. All right, so we're going to be looking. We're going to find ourselves a fan of the game. I don't know where it's going to come from, but there will be one. So sit tight. We'll let you know when that happens. Let's see. Who we got down in the penalty box there? No penalties so far in this game. So that's nice. There's a fan favorite, Dara. She's put some good words into the ears of the referee. Definitely. Stacy Doherty working the penalty box. Thank you, volunteers, for the Des Moines Youth. I guess the Iowa High School Hockey Alliance. And we're getting ready here to drop the puck. Start the second period. 1-1 tie. Looks like we got Rutledge, McKeever. Sorry, number 14, maybe Hinman, and number 4 for the Pirates. All right. Pirates pushing over the blue line. Tapped out to Johns. Johns throws one into the middle off the blade. Deflected towards the goal off the pad. Collected by the Pirates, taken behind the net. Try to throw it out. Alcorn is there to collect it. Taking his time, surveying the ice. What's he want? He wants the wall. Nifty move there by the Pirates. Taking up the speed, up the ice with speed. Taken off the puck by Alcorn. Recollects behind the goal. Near side corner. Puck is loose. Slapped out over the blue line into the neutral zone. Pirates are back on it. They throw it back on. Knights set up. Looking to make a break. Puck sauce over here to 9. Johns Deeks. Throws it through the middle. Sets it on the stick of Pierce. Pierce Deeks off the pad. Rebounded by 24. Johns chases it down. Good scoring opportunity for the Knights. Nice save by the Pirates. Crossed by Johns. 24 off the blade. Wilson reaches. Cycles it back in. Pressure by Johns. Pirates content. Take it up around the wall. Johns is there. He's got it on his blade. He's going to backhand it in. That's to Pierce. Pierce has an opportunity. Poke checked away by the goalie. Off the shin guard, crosses the blue line. Wilson chased down the ice by Kramer for the Pirates. Puck comes near side, off the wall. Hinman, he's going to throw it. Wide right off the wall. Good for a shift change. Doherty, Wilson are on the ice for the Knights. Deeks shoots wide right. Collected by Alcorn. Comes near side. Into the middle. Off Hinman rebounds. Into the glove. Shoot, sorry about that shoddy camera work. Getting a little excited here, trying to read some names, but that was a great rebound there by Hinman. Backhanded it up into the awaiting glove of our tender for the Knights. 17:51 remaining in period 2. We've got a 1-1 tie. Same score as the first time these two teams played. Here comes a puck down the near side. Carries it. Scott centers. Doherty's there. Rebounds it off the wall. Drops in the middle. Good effort by the Knights there. Puck comes back. Martin poke checks away. Takes it from Dylan. Up the near side. Into the Pirate zone. He backhands it through the blue line. Gets it cleared. Dylan is chasing. Good forecheck there by Dylan. Back up the ice. 22, I believe that's Gallagher. He's shifty. He slides it back. He's got it on the backhand. Throws it in the middle. Great center pass. Couldn't put it in. Back out to the blue line. Clapper off the skate. Pirates reject. Dylan's making a break on the puck. He wants it. Who's going to get it? Chipped up over. Dylan has it on his blade. Throws it to the middle. Off the blocker of the goalie. Behind the net. Near side. That's Gallagher. Throws it into the zone. We got ourselves a whistle. It looks like our friend Dylan is headed to the naughty box. Did not see the infraction, but he's going to take a rest. That'll put the Knights on power play here. We do have a run clock. 16 minutes remaining in the second period. 2-minute minor, it sounds like. Not sure what for. Didn't quite hear that part. Now Christensen heads over to the box. I don't know if this is a 10-2. Didn't catch it. Knights on power play nonetheless. Have it near side, throw it down in the corner. Johns chases, 24 checks into the wall. Back long side to Wilson. Sneaks past Wilson. Pirates looking for a breakaway. They got it. He's going, shoots, buries it. Short-handed breakaway. Thrown in the net there by number 26. I can't read that, folks. Dusky? Can you read that? What's that jersey say on 26? Dunsky. Sorry. Thanks to my assistant here, Christian. That was Dunsky with the goal, and that puts the Pirates up 2-1. Short-handed goal. Breakaway. Knights collect. Here come the Pirates. Backside of the goal. Skates into the wall. Loses the puck. Collected by the Knights. Throws it on net. Punched it in the middle. Good effort by the Knights here. Sent out to the wide side. Comes near side. Martin's lining one up. He throws it on net. Into the chest of the defender. Punch back into the middle. Backhanded out. Pirates try to clear. Unsuccessful. Martin again jacks one off the defender. Throws it back on net off the blocker. Have another effort here. Shot in the middle. Deflected by 72. Not in. Goes right. 38 on the puck. Comes around. Dumps to the middle. Pirates penalty kill. Working hard here. Puck's in the middle. Loose. Throws it on net. Knocked down by the defender. Puck near side. Over the outstretched arms of Martin. Gallagher's there. He centers. Martin brings it up the ice. Across the blue line. Cuts it back. He's looking for Doherty. Skips it across to McKibben. McKibben throws one on net. And collected there by the tender. Nice save. $13:25 remains. Second period. 2-1 lead for the Pirates. Looks like Johns, Alcorn, Wilson, maybe McKibben. And I can't read 24's jersey for the Knights. Can you read 24 right there? Van Gilder? Johnny Van Gilder, possibly? He centers. Near side to Alcorn. Alcorn drops back, throws it off the near side wall. Over the blue line, picked up by the Pirates. Backhands along the wall. Van Gilder, it is Van Gilder. 24 is Van Gilder. McKibben punches it up. He's chasing. Takes the Pirate number 4 into the wall. Down into the corner. Comes back. Cross ice to Van Gilder. Van Gilder backhands. Picked up by Johns. Johns dekes. Moves to the middle. Christensen gives chase. Brady dumps it into the corner. Here come the Knights. Played along the wall. Pirates send it back out. Van Gilder pressures. Nice centering pass there by the Pirates. They collect, throw one on net off the knee blocker. Alcorn hits it along the near wall. McKibben pushes it ahead on the blade of Johns. Johns throws it back into the corner. Return to sender. Alcorn's there. He throws it back in the middle, off a skate. In the air, loose puck. Johns shoots off the blocker. Number 11 working it up with speed. He puts it on the left-hand side, throws it on net, rebounded, centered. 2 defenders are there. Great hustle by them. Puck goes across the face of the goalie into the near side wall. Johns backhands. Wilson is there. He's going to skate it down into the corner, chase him down. Pirates turn it back to this 51. 26, I think that we said that was Dunsky. Dunsky and Hinman. McKeever on the ice for the Pirates. Offside's a call. Here comes a puck drop near side. Looks like we got Green, Martin, Gallagher, Doherty on the ice, along with Pierce. Thrown on net into the glove. Nice save. There's a drop. Kicked back by the Knights. Back on by Gallagher. Knights carry. Picked off there by Martin. Martin's going to line one up. He throws it wide left. Doherty's on the other side. He dumps it back in. Off the blade of the Pirate defender. Collision at mid-ice. Puck to the middle. Picked off by the Pirates. McKeever reaches, hits, checked. Puck's going to go across the far side here. Off the wall. Gallagher battles. Martin's there. Martin backhands along the boards to his line mate Gallagher. Gallagher carries it near side. Dumps it to the middle. Picked off by McKeever. Gallagher again up the far side. Open skater. He's going to cut down the middle. Big time tackle on the far boards. Separates him from the puck. Tries the center. Low off the blocker. Here comes Dunsky again. Throws it into the corner. He's got company. Near side. Throws it off the defender's shin guard. Martin backhands along the board. Steamrolls Vizcara. Loses his stick. Near side. Pierce Nope, Gallagher fights for it. Comes back. He's going to get a breather. Alcorn onto the ice. Picked out by the Knights, trying to get across that blue line. Alcorn, he's breaking away. He's got an open net. What's he going to do? Deke, backhand. Save. Near side. Out to Martin. Martin surveys. He's going to have a clapper. Shoots it wide right. 31, trying to collect. Johns is in the corner. He's got it on his blade. Not for long. Dunsky again. He wants another goal. He's banging down the left-hand side. Looking to a middle. Centering pass. Beautiful. Great save by the Knights tender. Shot back off his glove. Collected by 4 for the Pirates. Centered. Picked off by Johns. Johns tries to center, but Dunsky is there once again. That guy's everywhere. Looks like Martin. Martin surveys. He throws the middle. McKibben, he's going to carry across the blue line. He's got company trailing. Can he dump it back? Takes the net on goal. Drops it behind the net. Johns has it behind the net. He's going to try and punch it out. Unsuccessful. Guess who's there? Dunsky. Once again. Backhand. 9 tries to shoot. Jammed up. Into the front. Open net. 31 fires. McKibben picks up the loose puck in front of the net. Jams it home. We got a 2-2 tie here in the second period. I believe that's McKibben. Not 100% sure. Still trying to learn my numbers here for the squads. Let's see. 31. He's skating down. He's hiding from me. He doesn't want me to see his name or his number. He's turned around there. It is McKibben. McKibben with the equalizer. 6 minutes and 29 seconds remain in the second period. 2-2 game. Alcorn. Johns. Good defense by the Pirates. Johns pushes into the corner. He's chasing 4. 4 cuts it back to the corner. Cuts it back again. Knocked into the corner. Johns finds it. He throws it towards the middle, off to the stick of the defender again. Here comes Hinman. I think they call him Hitman. He's going to line one up off the wrist of Wilson. Wilson claps it around the boards. Knights have pressure. 4 pulls out. Goalie's off the line. They must be expecting a penalty. And they get it. Looks like our friend Dylan is back to the game, so he served his time. And trading places with him is Alcorn for the Knights. That's going to give the Pirates a penalty play. Power play with just over 5 minutes remaining in the second period. 2-2 tie in this one. Looks like Hinman, Dunsky. Doherty's going to chase that one down. 4 checks. Comes near side. Hinman puts it on his blade. He's going to spin around to the middle. He carries again with speed. Across the red line. Throws one on net into the chest of the goaltender. Looks like McKeever, Kramer, Christensen, Dunsky out there for the Pirates power play. And let's see. Looks like Pierce is coming off there for the Knights. Puck's in front, dumped into the middle by Christensen. Knights throw it up the ice. Center. Oh, breakaway. 31. Goalie comes out. Bats it away. Nice work by the goaltender there. Thwarting any opportunity by the Knights had on that one. Puck is near side, bouncing around. Doherty, wrister, wide right. Collected by Dunsky. Kept inside the blue line. McKeever grabs, throws. Gallagher chases it down for the Knights. Pressured by 14. Big hit behind the goal. Doherty steals. He crosses center ice. Got it on his stick. Throws it towards the middle. Across the face of the goalie. Collected by McKibben. He tries to slap it. McKeever's there. deflects into the corner, dumps it behind the net. Doherty's on the other side waiting for it. Pokes it out from the skates, takes behind, backhand, deflected behind the net. Near side. Puck to the middle. Gallagher's there, claps it back in, off the blade of McKeever. She dumps it backhand, across the red line. Gallagher through the neutral zone, pressing, throws it to the middle. Good effort there. Pirates come back. Christensen dumps it forward. That's Martin. Picked up there by number 10 for the Pirates, Vizcara. Pirates take their time behind the net. Keaton loses his stick. 38 gives chase. 21's going to take it. He gets stripped up. There goes the arm. Looks like we're going to have another power play here for the Pirates. I think that's Gallagher possibly heading over to the penalty box. Be 2 minutes. All right, so Pirates head into their second power play. Looks like Wilson, Johns on the ice here. Shot on net, rebounded, popped up over the top of the goal. Very close to just deflecting in. Wilson swings. Near side, shuts it down the ice. That's Peterson for the Knights. Deflects, good forecheck. Comes down near side. Clapper throws it back in. Martin. Got Johns and Peterson down there applying some light pressure. Pirates come back. Across the neutral zone. Sent back down by Wilson. Penalty kill in full effect for the Knights. Puck to the middle. Wilson takes a spill. Puck's behind the net. Dangerous spot here. 14 in the corner for the Pirates, digs it out, has it on the back of his stick, tries to center, just goes wide, collected by number 4. He has a look, chucks it up, gets a deflection. Now he's behind the net, off the shin guard of the defender. Clapped it back, collected by Johns behind the net. He dives back, throws it up the middle to number 38, Peterson. Peterson's got a one-on-one. He gets around the defender, throws it up, off the glove, into the net. Quality penalty kill there by the Knights, keeping the pressure off their goalie. By my count, we got about 30 seconds left in period 2 and a 2-2 tie between the Knights and the Pirates. We will be finding our fan of the game momentarily. I have an idea who it might be. Puck goes behind the net. Gallagher between his legs, backwards, collected by Hinman, knocked away by Pierce. Pierce digs, tries to hit it, clears the blue line, holds it for a minute, comes near side. McKeever gets it, Alcorn, and that will be our period. Completion of period 2. We have a 2-2 tie between the Pirates in the black and Knights in the red. Let's see. Who is going to be our fan of the game? All right, we're gonna go far side to find our fan of the game. Unfortunately, my vision isn't very good, so we're just gonna go right in here. Let's see who we got. Who do we got? Oh, there he is. Everybody. Steve Dillon. That's tonight's fan of the game. Just chilling over there for the Pirates. Looking down, reaching for his water bottle. Probably sure that's just filled with water. Good old Steve. Having a drink of water at the old hockey game on a Friday night. So good game tonight. Evenly matched. 2-2. See if I can remember who scored some goals. I think we got Dunsky and Dillon for the Pirates, and I believe we have Johns and McKibben with goals for the Knights. And if I'm saying anyone's name wrong, please forgive me, but I'm trying to do my best here. Yep, can confirm Dunsky, near side, 2-6. That guy's been a total menace tonight. Both sides of the ice, right here. Dunsky. Guy's a beast. All right, here we go. We're heading to period 3. Looks like we got Pierce on the ice. Oops, gotta start the clock. Here we go. Near side. Gallagher, Martin, Vizcara throws it off the blade. Dillon's down there to collect it. He dekes. Pierce cuts it back again. Throws it to the middle. Beautiful pass. Vizcara backhands it in. Pierce tries to punch it out. Collected by Doherty. Plays it to the near side. Just behind the stick there of Scott. All right. Pirates coming the other way. He sauces one out to the left. Vizcara chases it down. Gallagher's there for the Knights. Back down to Vizcara's corner. He's down there waiting. Dillon collects, punches it back behind the net. Vizcara. Dillon surveys. Back to Vizcara. To the center. Great patience there by the Pirates. Nice passing, connected passing down there. Out to the point. Hinman lines one up, throws it on net. Into the glove of the Tendy for the Knights. Drew, that's correct. Drew back there for the Knights. Nice save. Onto the ice, it looks like Johns, McKibben, Wilson, Alcorn, maybe Van Gilder. Looks like the line there for the Knights. Here comes a puck near side. Johns collects, takes it up the wall. He's carrying, punched away by McKeever. Down into the corner for the Knights. They give chase. Van Gilder's chasing the puck. 4 throws it. Beautiful pass in the middle. Alcorn intercepts. Dumps it off the wall. Back to the middle. Here comes 14 for the Knights. Kramer throws it into the corner. Wilson backhands it along the boards to Alcorn. Not sure how that's not offsides, but Pirates collect, throw off the blocker. Up the side for the Knights. That's Alcorn with the puck. Picked up, cross here. Oh, off the stick of Johns, batted down by Dunsky. Kramer near side. He crosses the blue line. Off the stick of Wilson. Cycles it around the wall. Kramer's there on the other side. Johns punches it out. He dekes. He's working his way down the ice. Puts it on the forehand. Shoots it wide right. McKibben's there. Centers. Deflected by 24 for the Pirates. John steals. Turnover again. McKibben throws it on net. Off the blocker. Takes behind the net. Nice little move there by the Pirates. Does it twice. Twice is nice. Now he's going to carry. Passes it over the blue line. Past the outstretched stick of Rutledge. Fired back down. Peterson there for the Knights. Ice there for the Pirates. Let's see if we can get some names here. We got Dillon on the ice here for the Pirates. Dunsky, of course. Christensen, Vizcara. For the Knights, it looks like we've got ourselves some Peterson, Green, Pierce, Gallagher, and I'm going to guess Martin. He's usually on that back line of Gallagher, but can't see his number. Puck drop goes to the Pirates. They're trying to come near, stolen by the Knights. Jammed in the corner, punches it around. Gallagher, Martin. Across the line, shot on net, off the knee blocker. Rebound attempt by 38. No dice. Dunsky. He plays it ahead again. Pirates return to sender. Or Knights. Sorry, Knights. Up to Peterson. Peterson sees Green. Green attempts to play the middle off the skate on the wall. That one comes near side. Dunsky deflects. Backhand pass there. Pierce is going to line one up. He hammers one at the net off the blocker. Bouncing in front of the goal. Comes near side. That one took a healthy bounce. Christensen chases over to Dylan. Dylan dekes, pulls back, toe drag, trying to dig around his defender. Good battle. Puck comes near side. Hustled by Pierce. Jams it off the wall over the blue line. Returned. Christensen's there. Gallagher's there. Picked up by Pierce. Picked off by the Pirates. Thrown down the ice. Think we're going to have icing here. Not quite sure. Doesn't make it. Cut back near side. Deke. Saucer pass here up the front. We got a breakaway here by McKibben. Deflected. Back on net. Good save there by Pirates goaltender. There was a deflection, a backhand, and I think he pinned it with his skate. Had a second to find it, but ultimately collects. 2-2 tie. Third period, 14 minutes left. There's the face-off, dropped behind the Pirates' net. Punch back in, I think. Can't tell who that is. Centered. Sneaks through. Cluster in the middle there. McKibben's looking for it. Doherty's looking for it. Punched out to this near side. Kramer dumps it in for the Pirates. Just wide of the goalie. Wilson skates with speed. Collects. Plays it off the far side. Clapper brings it back. Johns has it behind the net. He's looking. He surveys. Centers to 31 McKibben. McKibben plays it up the side to Doherty. Doherty forward checks. Back to the middle. Sent back out. Wilson's going to have it for the Knights. He throws it ahead. Offside's a call. All right, here we go with the drop. Looks like we got Doherty, Johns, Wilson, Ben Gilder, and Pierce. Centered, deflected by you-know-who, Dunsky. Might have to give that guy naming rights to this arena. He keeps playing like he is. There goes a puck. Far side. Wilson collects. He skates it behind the goal to Johns. Johns got on his backhand, throws it up the near side wall. Dunsky on net, deflection. Dunsky shoots, deflected by the goalie. Collected by number 14, Kramer for the Pirates. So I think Dunsky will get an apple for that one. That puts Pirates up 3-2. With 12 minutes remaining in the game. Here's the drop. Doherty presses. Puck comes out here. Skid ahead by Martin. He dekes and dazzles. Looking, waiting for something to open up in the middle. Nothing does. Flights across the middle. Gallagher has it on stick. Throws it in the middle. Deflection. Rebound. Into the glove of the Pirates tender. Nice save. Nice save. Here comes the drop. Won by the Knights. Sent back out. Slammed into the middle. Deflected down by Pierce. Comes back near side. Gallagher shoots, deflection, covered up. Face off near side. Face off is controlled by the Knights. Thrown into the middle. Wide left by Gallagher. Martin skates. Shot into the middle there by 51. I think that's Pierce. He's going to try and take him off the puck. Dumps him back in. Off the stick of Doherty. Pierce. Martin chases Dylan down the edge. Backhands it to the middle. Christensen's there. Christensen throws it to the middle. Martin has it on his stick. Dylan steals. Dylan looks, throws it wide left over the shoulder of the tender. Punched ahead by Doherty. Dunsky again. Says no thank you. Collected by Dylan. Dylan crosses, forehand, wide left, off the glass. Center to Martin. Martin dumps it soft, touch pass right up the middle. Collected by Doherty, I think. Shot by 38. Bounces around. Goalie doesn't have a stick. Pierce backhands. Covered up. It was not the goalie who lost the stick, but his defender. Looks like a shift change for both squads. Looks like we have Scott, Johns, Green, McKinnon, and Wilson on the ice for the Knights. There's the drop out to Wilson. Throws it on net. Pushed aside by goalie. Goes up the far side. Dumped back in. He's dangling. Playing him back. Stolen by the Knights. Cycled around the boards. John's backhands. Tries to throw it in. McKibben collects. Throws it off the blocker. Back to the middle. There's one in the middle. Another deflection. Another deflection. Goes wide left. Coming near side. Pirates clear. Whistle blown. Unsure what's going on here. Oh, looks like McKibben is headed to the penalty box. 2 minutes tripping. That will put the Pirates into power play mode with just about 8 minutes remaining in the third period. Johns, Martin, Wilson on the ice. It comes to the middle, deflected. Wilson has a good eat, blocks that from McKeever. Wilson behind, cycles it off the glass, comes out, clears the blue line, collected by Hinman. He throws it back on net, wide left. Wilson's there, picks it up, goes behind the goal. Johns gives chase. Plays it off the near side wall, clears the blue line, picked up by Wilson. Wilson deeks. He's got a one-on-one. He fires, buries it. Left side of the net. The equalizer, shorthanded for the Knights. Big time finish by Wilson. That gives the Knights a 3-3 tie with the Pirates. Just about 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Clock is running as the scoreboard here is broke, so it's a run clock. And once again, we're knotted up. Knights still shorthanded. Puck drop won by Johns. Dunsky surveys to Dylan. Picked up by the Knights. I believe that's Green. He cuts it across to the middle. Dunsky backs it up. Dylan's there. He's coming with speed. He crosses the red line. He's going to go to the blue line. Johns and Wilson try and challenge. That's a turnover. Pull it back. Taken to the middle. Drops it out. Throws it down. Forecheck by Johns. He steals. Gets the turnover. He's working it down into the corner. Throws it towards the middle. Deflected by the defender. Kramer, I believe. Not certain. Kramer's near side. He's got the puck with pace over the blue line on net into the goal. Oh, terrible camera work. Great hockey shot. Kramer throws one on net, low, just skirting the ice. just slides under the blocker of the tender. That will give the Pirates a 4-3 advantage. With 5:50 left, Knights are now at full strength. Knights backhanded out. Surveys. Picked up by Gallagher. Gallagher backhands. Up along the wall. Near side. Looks like Dylan. He's trying to snatch the puck. Off the stick of Christensen. He throws it into the zone. Pirates crash down. Vizcarra's in the lead. Knights slide it up to the blue line. Send it back in. That's Martin. Dylan in a battle there for the puck. Floating around the middle. Dylan comes away with it. Speed to the left-hand side. He's taking off the puck. We got a penalty upcoming. Hopefully Dylan's okay. Caught a shoulder into the boards there. Martin reached down. Gives him a little tap. Good to see Dylan getting up, skating off. Probably knocked the wind out of him there. So that's going to give the Pirates power play advantage. 4 minutes remaining in the third period and a 1-goal lead on the Knights. Knights are trying to sort out their penalty kill. Looks like we got Gallagher, Johns, Wilson, and one more for the Knights. Can't make out his name from here. I need new glasses. 31's McKibben. Back on net. Covered up. Here's the face-off. Puck is dropped to the Pirates. They kick it out to the blue line. A little long. Johns is chasing. Pirates take it behind the net. He dekes. Johns is there. Puts it on the forehand. Comes near side. Christensen presses. Thrown into the zone for the Knights. Brady presses. Batted away by Vizcarra. Far side, Johns is there. Still battling. Trying to stick lift. Puck from Vizcarra. Vizcarra takes it across center ice. Picked off. Back in. On net. Off the stick there. Collected by Wilson. Wilson comes up the far side. He's poked into the glass. Johns has it on his stick. Taken away by the defender. Defender comes near side. Let's see, that's 24. Harmon, possibly? Knights collect. Play near side. Full strength. 2:20 left in the last period. Pirates with a 1-goal advantage, 4-3. Clock is not stopping here. Scoreboard is broke, so it's just run clock. Past the stick of Wilson. Wilson turns, fires off the glass. Goes long. Stopped by the goaltender. Here come the Knights. Pressing. Pirates. Not having it. Work it back down. Wilson collects. Backhands off the board. Turned around by Doherty. Doherty surveys. Trying to get his legs. Dangles. Hits. Deflected. Collected by the Pirates. Throw it back down out of the zone. Gallagher collects. He cuts back. Dekes to the middle. Dunsky is there. Kicks it out to Dylan. Wilson collects. Dylan steals. Forehand off the blocker by Tissot. Knights have a little bit of a breakout opportunity here. Doherty punches it ahead to Scott. Scott punches it back to the middle behind Doherty. Dylan collects. Doherty throws it on net off the blocker. Bounces in the front. Thrown back in off the shin guard. Gallagher brings it out. Wraps around. McKibben is there. McKibben's going back in with it. Knocked down by Dunsky. Near side, clears the blue line. Just about a minute left. McKibben on the puck. To the Pirates, backhand. Scott's there. McKibben pushed it over the blue line. Pirates there. Forecheck by the Knights. Get the turnover. They're going to throw it back in the middle. He's pinned up against the glass. That one's punched back down out of the zone. The Pirates are chasing. They want the puck. They want another goal. He fires wide left. Back to the center, off the stick of the tender. There's about 15 seconds remaining. Knights need one in a bad way. Doherty surveys, centers, deflection. Johns collects. Johns works it across the red line. He takes it off to the blue line. Past the defender into the corner. And that looks like time. So the Pirates eke out a win in this one. 4-3 over the Knights. Good competitive game. Nice match. We will catch you next time. Live from Buccaneers Arena. The Pirates take down the Knights 4-3.